All right, we're here with some sophomores who are taking AP classes, so it's their first experience, and we want to have them give you some advice on whether what their experiences have been with taking AP classes. So, Paul, describe your experience of taking AP classes as a sophomore.
Well, I don't think it's been too bad. The times where I've struggled have been because I wasn't focused or my mind was on something else. But when I actually paid attention and wrote things down and asked you for help, which AP teachers are good at giving you help, it wasn't too bad.
At first I was like, what the heck? Because everyone told me that it would be really easy, but it was harder than I thought it would be. Then I got used to it.
I think that I had some high expectations for the difficulty of the class, but once I really got into it and started understanding the concepts, I think I really learned a lot more than I expected.
And like everybody else, I was really nervous when taking this class because it's a college course, so I thought it'd be really challenging. But now that I'm actually in the class, it's not as hard as I thought, and it's fast-paced, which I really like, and the content is really interesting.
For me in particular, I actually had a little bit of trouble trying to get to understand some of the content of it. It just kind of is a little bit more difficult to understand, but once you start putting in a little bit more hard work than just any of your normal classes, it became a lot easier.
For me, I thought that the class would be like an overwhelming experience, but as you get into the class, you would feel more part of the class than just in it. You get to experience more and have a small taste of what it's like to have a college class, something like that.
So what have been the challenges of taking AP classes?
Challenges? Well, you have to have commitment, because that if you just procrastinate and blow it off, that's gonna screw your grade and chances of passing the class and the AP exam.
For just something that I found difficult was when you lose focus on the class in general, it became a lot harder to keep up with how the class was moving at such a fast pace. So key idea is just to remain with the class and keep on studying.
For me, the challenge was studying a little bit each day. Usually for other classes, I crammed the day before my test, and I realized that for an AP class I couldn't do that, so the challenge has just been committing to the curriculum and taking good notes.
The main challenge for me has been really having to put the effort into learning. Usually things would come easier to me, but with this class, I needed to do the reading and take notes just to get the concepts and understand what we were really learning.
I agree with what people have said before, but also sometimes the class was confusing for me, and then we would move so fast that I wouldn't get so many things. And if you miss a day because you're sick, then the next day you'll just be really, really confused.
Well, the biggest challenge for me besides neatness was taking advantage of what's given to me. You can email a teacher, you can ask them questions. I never before called up friends and compared answers or tried to see what I did wrong or talk to the teacher really that much. But now you need to take advantage of that and it'll pay off in the end.
What are the benefits of taking AP classes?
Well, since this class counts as 2 AP classes, that was nice. And I wanted to take this class now so I wouldn't cram it into my schedule later years when I have other AP classes that are going to be hard.
Also, you get kind of a feel for what AP classes are like, and you're not taking so many that you get overwhelmed, and so you kind of get a taste of it before your junior year, which I assume will probably be taking more AP classes.
Similar to what the 3 people before me have said, the benefits of AP classes are that everybody sitting in the classroom with you has the same goal of passing the AP exam, so they wouldn't distract you during class or say any stupid comments that distract you from learning, which is really nice because in other classes that always happens, and then you don't end up learning as much.
A benefit that I found in particular that was useful was that in 10th grade, you don't have as other hard classes. Like all your core classes, they haven't become to a difficulty of level where it's almost rivaled as an AP class. So to get kind of into AP classes before you start taking actual hard classes on top of that is a lot easier.
Benefits I think are good for AP is that it does count as a college class, and that you can have fun in it, and like it's not like all study, but you can like have fun and joke around with your teachers and with your friends. But you have to do it at a time where you're not studying or it's not serious.
Would you recommend that next year's ninth graders or this incoming group of sophomores take AP classes?
I would recommend it that sophomores take AP classes, but only if they are committed and like are serious about it.
Yeah, if the sophomore really doesn't care about whether they get an advantage in their career planning or whatever, then obviously AP class isn't something you should do right away. But if you really want to take advantage of the situation and a whole year's worth of experience, taking it in the sophomore year is going to help you a lot.
I would recommend that incoming sophomores should take AP classes because they give you a taste of what college is like. And if you take it sophomore year, then you're more prepared for your junior and senior year.
And if you are committed to taking an AP class, like most of the people in the classes, then there's a lot of fun that can come along with it. This year there was the AP lock-in, which is a night spent at the school with all of the people that actually care about school.
Yeah, I would recommend it because it looks good on college apps, and also it like forces you to actually like try more in school, and like it's actually a little bit of a challenge.
I don't know, I think the class is really fun because like you can write in your textbook, and you can like, I'm surrounded by like seniors that are already taking all the other AP classes, so I can just ask them like, oh, should I take this class or this class? And like they were students too. They know what like I want, so they'll help me out with that. Like my neighbor sitting next to me, like I had really messy notes and I had really messy graphs, and I saw the way he did it and I changed it, and now it's easier to read. So all like the people around you can help you, and this is a really good class too.